Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So in previous video you have seen how we can create a machine learning module and how we can use that model in iOS projects. So in that project we have seen how to detect a image from image, how we can classify the type of image. Like for example, we have seen that if we upload an image of dog, it will tell us that it's a dog, it's not a cat. And if we upload an image of cat, it will tell us that it's an image of cat, not a dog. So in that is a image classifier model, machine learning model which we have created. But now in this video we are going to use object detection framework of machine learning. So what it does is, let's see first what this application will do. So we are going to create one application called mask detector. So basically we are going to upload some images and it will tell us that whether the user has mask on his face or not. So for example, here if I say select photo, so I am currently running on simulator, so it will take image from the photos. Then here I can select any of the image from this four photos. So let's first select the photo with mask, and it will process and it will say that okay, with mask it has confidence of 100% and without mask its confidence is 0. It means it's clearly detecting that the user is wearing the mask, and it has also highlighted that area where the user has mask. So this app we are going to create. So let's check one more example for without mask. So let's select this photo and it will tell that it's without mask confidence is more. So this app we are going to create in today's video from scratch. So let's get started. So in the previous video, if you haven't watched the previous video, please go and watch that video of machine learning for classification of the images, because in that video I have explained everything in very detail. So this video I am going to not go in that much of deep, so that this video will not be that much longer as long as the previous video. So that's why I will consider that you should watch the previous video, so that we will cover the same concept in this video quickly. So the first thing what we need is, whenever we want to create a machine learning model, we need some data. So if you are new to machine learning, let me just tell you that we are going to see how powerful the ML is. ML means machine learning. And if you're new, you think that it's very difficult, but it's not like that. Apple made it very simple for us to create, train and use the machine learning modules in iOS applications. So it is the most complex and the robust feature in iOS, you can say, and it is basically used in everywhere. So if I talk about few of the applications, like for example, on Google search, if you do any search and if you open any other applications, you will get the recommendations or ads related to your search. So there machine learning is used. Also on Facebook, if you upload any photo, it will automatically detect the face and it will ask you to tag this user. So basically face recognition, again using machine learning. Then voice recognition in Siri, and to identify diseases in medical field, or self-driven cars are also made using machine learning. So this is, the whole world is around machine learning nowadays. And so what is machine learning basically? So it's basically nothing but it's using our data, whatever we are providing, and making some predictions. So this is one line definition, you can say. So let's get started. And again, if you don't know what is data which we are going to provide, so data is nothing but in the form of photos, videos, music, audio also. So this is nothing but data. So that's why we are going to provide the data and we are going to see the predictions of the model, that is machine learning model. So the first thing is we have to create a model. So in the previous video we have seen that how to create a model. We just need to give some training data and testing data, that is images, and then model will be created using create.ml project. But here it's little bit different, because here we can't give the just the image, because in this image we have to detect some part of the image. That is, we have to detect some object from the image, that is object detection, which we are going to see in today's video. So for that, to create a model, it will be little bit complex and it will be little different, but I will tell you all the steps needed for that. So first thing what you want to do is basically every time whatever you want to create any model for anything, first you have to collect data. So here you can see I have collected data and I have taken 50 images without mask and 50 images with mask. You can see here, I will show you, these all are without mask and then these 50 are with mask. So, and it's also possible that in one image it can detect two things, that to both the person are wearing or not, or if one is wearing one is not wearing. This is also possible in this object detection. So the first thing is collect these two folders, with and without mask, and make sure you have as much images as you can, because the more images you give the better result you get. So the first part is collect the images, and then we need to annotate those images. Like on every image I want to tell that this part is having the mask, this part is having the mask, so we have to annotate it. So after annotation we will get one JSON file which is like this, and these all are the images which are there in these two folders, and with those images there is one extra JSON file. This JSON file is basically having data like image name and on that image where the mask is. So that data is here, but how we can create this annotation JSON, that is very important. So for that what you have to do is you have to come to this link. I will share this link with you in the description. Basically Nick has explained all the steps to create that JSON file very briefly, very nicely also, and you can go and check out this link, but still we will go through this link quickly. So as you can see here, when doing image or sound classification we just need to organize the data in folders, but if we want to do object detection the task becomes a bit complicated. With object detection we need to specify some additional information, that is the annotations, which is like in this form where you can see it has image name and annotations array, which will be having x, y and width and height coordinates of that box which we are going to create on every image. So let's get started and see how we can do this. So the first step to create this, what you have to do is you have to come on this link, which is this. So if you go through this article you will understand completely, but still I will explain you in short. First you have to come to cloud.ibm, and here you have to create your account, free account you have to create. It will basically give you storage space on IBM cloud, and there is around 25 GB of free space which you can use. Once you create your free account here, then you have to come. Also there are different steps, let me just go from here. Then once you create that object on IBM cloud, you have to select there the project, what type of storage you want. You have to select object storage, and then you have to create the credentials, and then just follow these steps, you will understand completely. Make sure you are using true so that you can store the storage on the IBM cloud, and then you will get some important API keys which you can use in further video, but we don't need that. But just make sure you have this to log in. Then you have to come to this link. So if you tap on this you will come to this page where you have to give your credentials. So you have to log in on this website using IBM cloud account which you have created. So you have to come to this app which is cloud.annotations, and here to log into this app you have to use this IBM cloud free account which you have created. And once you log in to this you will create a project, new project, or you can say new resource. Here that is also explained properly. So you can see here you have to create a bucket. So here it is one extra step given in the recent you can say the latest software. Here you don't need to do that, that is by default selected, this creating bucket. And then you have to select what type of project you want to create. So classification we have already seen, but here we want to do object detection. So you have to select localization, and then you have to provide your training data. So once you create your that project, you land to this page where it will be first an empty folder, there will be no images. It will say by default that drop your training data here. So what you can do is here these two folders you can directly select and drop here, so it will directly open all the images at the bottom. And after that you have to select one image, like here I have selected this. And then if you select here, if you select the first one, then you can resize your this selected area. You can basically, they call it as bounding box. So you have to draw a bounding box where the mask is detected. So I will draw it like this. Or also you can see here there are two images like this. So you can create a bounding box here like this. To create a bounding box, you have to tap on this, and then suppose I have to detect phone in case, then I will select it like this and I will leave it, and then I will come here and I will name it. So basically you have to name your these three things. So first I have name here. If I select this, you can see it is highlighting here. I have named this as with mask, this also with marks, and here I have just created this, I can say mobile. So as many classes as you want you can create. So this is example for with mask, and if I select this photo, you can see it is not wearing a mask. So I have created one new class for this is without mask. And then later if you want to give for the next images, you don't need to every time give the name here. What you can do is you can select from here any option, and by default for the next images it will have the same option selected. So like this you have to mark all the images. So here you can see it has shown the count as 102 images. So I have renamed all of them. So sorry, not renamed, I have annotated all of them. And once annotation is completed, then you can come here, click on file, and then you can say that export as create.ml, because we are going to create a machine learning model from create.ml application. So that's why we are going to do this option here, export as create.ml. And once you click on this, you will get this folder. So you have to name your folder anything you want, and then it will give you all the images that you have selected there, and these all images will be there like this. And inside this that folder you will have one JSON file. So it has this all the data which we have seen here at the start, data like this, where it will be having image name and label coordinates. So once you get this folder, so this is the only folder you need to start creating your model for object detection. And then once you create that, let's open the create.ml application. So for that, what you can do is select your project, Xcode, go to open developer tool and select create.ml. And then what you have to do is again go to file when create.ml is open and click on new project. And then here you want to do object detection. So select object detection. In the last video we have seen image classification. And then once object detection is selected, click next. Let's name it here. So I will say mask finder, and then you can give your license name here or any description you want. Then click next, and now let's save it. I will save it on desktop. It has created our my ML project. So what now I want to do is this is basically waiting for the training data. So I will come here. Training data will be nothing but the folder which we have exported from this application, so which is this. And now I will put this here under training data, and once I put that, it will start processing the training data. And you can see it has processed, and it has given us the result that there are total 102 items, that is photos, and there are only two classes like with and without mask. Two classes are there. Then once you go to training, here you can see currently there is nothing because we haven't started the training yet. So you have to click on this button to start the training. So I will click train, and now you can see it is processing. So here the more data you give, the more time it will take to train the complete model. So if I do everything in this video, it will basically take a lot of time. You can see here it is going to do 3000 iterations, and now you can see it has just did this much after starting. So we will keep this in the background, and we will see what I have created already in before creating this video. So here you can see, if I come to this folder, I have already created one model for the mask detector, which is this. So this is basically a 63 MB model which will be given after this training is completed. And yeah, so once this is completed, you can directly put this in your Xcode project and use it. So currently my machine is actually making too much of noise because it is processing this data, and also I'm recording this screen, so that's why it is giving much sound. But yeah, we can still work. Let's see if I hope it will not crash my recording. Okay, so after this what you have to do is you have to create an Xcode project. So I've already did that, and I will take that only in this example in this video also, because whatever I'm going to write I have already explained everything in the previous video. So if you have any doubts you can ask me in the comment section below, or you can watch the previous video. So this is the app which I have created, so let's open it. Okay, so this is the app, and then the first thing you are going to do is you're going to add your model here, which we will get after completing of this. And then once you add this model here, you can directly use it in your view controller file. So you can see here I will just walk you through the complete code. It is not much. So the first thing what you have to do is you have to create your UI. So for UI what I've done is, it's loading. Okay, so for UI I have added just one image view, then below that one label, and below that one button to select the photos. Okay, then after this we will come back to our view controller file. Okay, so actually it's getting too much slow now. I hope this will complete soon. Okay, so now the first thing you have did is you have just created these outlets, detection label and image view, and one action for uploading the photo from the gallery. So the first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an image picker controller. I'm going to assign a source type photo library, or if you're testing it on the actual device then you can give camera, which we have already did in the previous video. Then set the delegate and then present the picker. Then make sure you add this UI navigation controller delegate and the picker controller delegate, and inside that we will use the delegate method, which is did finish picking media with info, and inside this info we will get the actual image. So first we have dismissed the controller, then we have exported the image, the original image which we want, and once we get the image we have assigned that to our view controller's image view, which we have created in the storyboard. So this, until this we have just uploaded or selected the image from the gallery. Once we get the image we will call this function, which is update detections. So what update detection does is it is basically going to create a handler for us, which is used inside this vision framework. So first I have called the update detection function after picking up the image, and then first we need the orientation of the image, because the image which is going to be passed to ML model, it should know the orientation of the actual image. So that's why orientation, and then we have converted the image to CI image, and then we have created the handler of the vision framework, and that handler have one method called perform, and it will take an array of our request. So it is basically a request which we have created at the top. So here this request basically using our actual here machine learning model which we have created. Then using the core ML request, it will take that model which we have created also, then it will give us the request and error in the response. So request will have basically all the results which we need to process and show it on the screen, the actual result. So once we get the request and error, we will call one method called process detections with request and error. And once we come here, this will basically take the request, and from that request it will extract all the results, and it will give us the results array here. If it is not working like that, then we'll show the error that unable to detect anything. And once we get the results, we need to check whether it's an empty array or not, because sometimes machine learning model will not work always, and for this small application where we have used only 50 images, it's very difficult to detect each and image. So That's why we will first see whether it is empty or not. If it is empty, then we will say nothing is recognized, please try one more image. And then once it is not empty, then it means we have got some result. So what we are going to do is we are going to send this detection to one more method, which is our final method, and this method is basically responsible for for showing the result on the screen like detection, and then it will say, you can see here, detection, and then it will tell with mask how much confidence and without mask how much confidence, and it will show the result like this. So that this line will display that result from this detection. You can see we have got detection dot identifier means how much percentage, and not identifier means with or without mask, and then confidence means how much percentage it has confidence that this is the image with mask or without mask. And at the last we have created a bounding box around our image where the mask is detected. So this is about the complete code, guys. If you have not understand anything, make sure you ask in the comment section below. I have explained this fast because in the previous video I have explained each and everything. I have written everything one line by line, so that video was actually longer. So I don't want my videos to be extra long so that you will get bored. So that's why I have explained everything like this. And yeah, that's all guys for this video. So this is actually taking time. It will depends, so depends on your data, how much data you have, it will create the model. And once your this process is completed, then it will show an image like this. I have already taken screenshot of that. So this is the image, you can see. I will open it. So this is how it will show the result, that once it is completed, it will show with mask and without mask how much percentage it has detected. And then you can just drag this on your desktop, and you can export this model, and you can directly then put that model in your Xcode project and you can use it. So also, if you want to use this project, I will upload the complete code on the GitHub, so you will get everything from there. And yeah, that's all guys for today's video. I hope you have liked this video and you have learned something new. And if you want to learn such features in the future, make sure you subscribe here, because every week I put some new thing here, whatever I learn, and basically I want to share it with society, so that's the goal. And yeah, also you can follow me on my Instagram profile, where I post daily video updates here, so you can not miss any video in the future. And to get the code for today's video and all the videos which are coming on this channel, you can hit to my this GitHub page, where you will get the here code from the repositories. So apart from this, if you have any questions guys, make sure you ask them in the comment section below. And yeah, thank you.